I thought it wise to start this meeting so that you can give us a little bit of hope, like walk us through the processes that you used and give us some tips so that those of us who are still applying can also follow suit. So first of all, you're welcome. And can you start us from the beginning, how it all happened, and finally your tips? I'm trying to include Abraham, but I don't think he's online at the moment. All right, so Doreen, please take the floor.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Last year December, someone sent me a link that UK they want teachers. So I didn't even look at it because when the person was explaining it, he mentioned IELTS. Sorry. So the moment I heard IELTS, I said no, I will not apply because I can't even sit down and read and write, pay money. What if I fail? But at long last, I sat down and read everything that it was on the website. Then I decided I learned you can even use statement of comparability or NARIC instead of the IELTS. And I have degree, so why not try it and see? So December, I applied for my language proficiency from UCC. And I was eagerly waiting for UK to open the portal. And I also applied for my statement of comparability, which I had it January 31st.
Okay.
And the portal for the QTS was open on the 1st of February.
Yep.
Yeah. So even at that time, I was in class teaching, but I still had the time to apply. I applied around 2 p.m. that day. So about February, March, April, 2 months after February.
Yeah.
That is March. They sent me message that I should notify my referees. They've sent references about me for them to answer. They sent the reference, I think, on the 9th of April. So on the 11th of April, I received my QTS.
Okay.
So when I received the QTS, I started looking for job. So when you get a QTS, TRA will include that you can log into the government website. That is the vacancy website and look for jobs.
Okay.
There are various jobs vacancies that are advertised there. So I was doing it. And I was also using agencies as well. These agencies are here in UK, which they won't collect any money from you. They are being paid by the school. So they will interview you and know your capabilities, your weakness, your strength, and ask a whole lot of questions. So after that, they will connect you to schools, maybe 3 to 4 schools, then you do interview with them. So any of the schools that are interested to offer you a job, then they go ahead. So there is this agency I contacted with. They are called Engage Education. So Engage Education, I had interview with them, and even they connected me to schools to have interview with the schools and all that. But it got to a point, like the unfortunately messages were many in my inbox. So I decided to even stop the application because it wasn't yielding any positive results. I stopped the application about 1 month. So a friend and a colleague asked me if I'm still doing the application. I told him no, I have stopped because it's not yielding any positive response. And even at that time, I had a baby about 1.5 years or so. So it wasn't easy for me as a nursing mother, and my first child is also 3 years, so you can imagine. And also always on the phone doing this application, and at the end of the day, I will receive unfortunately message. So I stopped. Then my friend called again that the QTS, they had not issued the QTS more. They are now issuing it. So if you have gotten yours early, why don't you start applying for schools so that when it comes to a point that many people has received the QTS, you would have gotten your school already. So when my friend said that, I said, okay, let me still give it a try and see. So I applied for the jobs and still getting the, unfortunately, messages. So one day, that was 10th of May.
Okay.
And that time I was applying with my friend, the friend I'm talking about. That time he hadn't gotten his QTS, but then he was also applying. So the points or the column that they will ask for his QTS, he would tell them that he's on the process of acquiring his QTS. So when he told me to do, I did, and on the 10th of May, I saw a message in my email that I have been shortlisted for an interview. I was like, wow, thank God. So when I click on the school, I couldn't figure out exactly what the school was because I didn't remember I had applied for that school. So I called my friend, which I was doing the application with. So I called him and told him, see, I haven't applied for this school, but they have sent me a message that I've been shortlisted for an interview. So he told me to give him the name of the school, and I gave it to him. He Googled it, and not knowing that the organization that sent me the email that I have shortlisted, they are the trust. First of all, I didn't know that schools in UK are under some trusts or that sort. Yeah. So when you say trust is like in Ghana, we have municipal education, district education. Here they call it trust. So the trust sent me that email, but not the school that I applied to. That was why I got confused. So he told me go to the trust, and there are so many schools under the trust, 14 secondary schools under 14 schools under the trust, which the secondary schools are, I think, 7 or so. So if I should check if I have applied to any of them. So immediately I checked, I saw the school I applied to. So I was like, oh, okay. And in the message that they wrote to me that they have shortlisted me, they gave a math question. I read mathematics in my degree. So they gave me a math question that I would teach for them to see if I can do it. She said she'll get back to me. I said, okay. After 4 days, I didn't hear from her. So I just got my phone and emailed her that after the interview, I've not heard from her. So can she kindly tell me the outcome of my interview? And she told me, oh, I will let our mass lead contact you. So about a day or that same day, the mass lead contacted me, and she also scheduled another meeting with me. All this while, I was also having interview with the agent I talked about, because they were also linking schools to me, doing interviews with them, because I didn't want to just put my eggs in one basket. Either ways, which of them will work for me, I will just grab it and go. When I had an interview with the mass lead, the mass lead didn't ask any specific question. The question that she was asking me were just around my relocation, when you will come, and who you are coming with, and all that. I said, okay. So after I had meeting with the mass lead, they also connected me to I think the financial something of the trust to see my relocation package and all that. After a while, I have gotten my COS. And my friend also applied to that same trust, because when I gave him the trust name, and he googled that is a trust, I should go and look for the school I applied to. He also went to the trust vacancies and saw there was so mass vacancies there, and he also is a math teacher, so he also applied to, and they offered him a job as well. So they gave me £8,000 relocation package.
Wow, that's really.
They also got offered at the same school, like the same trust. So we all traveled together. And I came with my husband. When we came, everything was fine. They really took good care of us. but then we were not having accommodation. It was a challenge. They were not able to get accommodation for us.
That's
So
what I wanted to ask. Whether they sorted your accommodation for you when you arrived.
yes, they were really doing their best to get accommodation before we arrived. But then it wasn't easy getting the accommodation. So they rented, I think, a guest house or something for all of us to be in one house.
Okay.
So after 1 month and some weeks, we all got our individual apartment and everyone left. They also gave us money for when we came. Everything we were doing, even there was a taxi taking me from my place to my workplace, which was really far. 30 minutes by taxi.
Yeah.
You will know it's really far. Yes. And they gave us money, so we first received our first salary. So that is how my journey has been.
So first of all, I'm going to ask you what the name of this trust is, so that those people that are still applying, maybe they can know where to direct the application to.
The trust, there are so many trusts in the UK. And even my trust is not having any vacancy at the moment. So it's not there's no point in mentioning my trust name. You get it? Yes, they are not having any vacancy. And there are so much trust. If you Google trust education trust in UK, you can get a whole lot of yes.
So the other day we were talking about a website that you used in your do you mind sharing that one as well?
Oh, I will. The website it is called, I'll post it in the group, but it's called government.vacancies something something. I can't really remember, but I have it on my phone, which I will post it in the group.
Is that the official government of UK website?
Yes.
Okay. Because I know a lot of people have been complaining that with that website, they don't find jobs that want to offer them sponsorship. Is it true? Like there are few jobs on there that are willing to offer
You know
sponsorship?
something? Do you know how I landed on this school? When I was doing the application, nowadays the UK government's education, they even let me say theory, they has made the thing easier. Now when you go on that website, if the school gives sponsorship, they write it visa sponsorship available. If the school doesn't give sponsorship, they will write it no sponsorship available. At the time I was applying, there wasn't any specification there. So what I did was I draft email, a message in my email. Then I will forward to about 70 schools at a time.
Wow.
So I do it like 7 p.m., 8, 9 when I'm about to go and sleep. Then I'll forward in the email. What I will say is, I'm a professional teacher of maths in Ghana. I have my qualification is Bachelor of Education in Mathematics. I have taught for this number of years. All right. I have UK maths. At that time, I had my QTS. So I told them I have my QTS, which I have also my teacher reference number. I'm emailing you to ask if the school can offer me a sponsorship. Then I can go ahead and apply for the position. That is the message I put across. So if I drop this message, I will send it to about 70 schools at a time, then I will sleep. And then also, one thing I did is, if I go on the website, the schools that they posted maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 5 days, 1 week ago, I will not apply it. Because I see it with that. At that time, someone might have applied and offered the job. So I would apply to those schools that even recently posted. That was what I was doing. So if I send a message across 70 schools or whatever, in the morning when I wake up and go to school, I will just check my email and they will be sending email. Oh, we don't offer visa sponsorship. We are sorry. In the near future, if decision changes, we will let you know. These are some of the responses. Some will also say we are sorry, we don't offer visa sponsorship. Some also, if there are some people that haven't even heard of what visa sponsorship is. Okay. And there are some people that they will ask you, oh, we don't have visa sponsorship, but you go ahead and apply. If you apply and you are shortlisted, we will just get the sponsorship for you. That was the, and some too will never reply you. Others due to tell you to go ahead and apply. So the school that I got, or the trust, I asked them before I applied, because if you don't ask them, you are doing consignment work. Because the application is not easy. No, it is not easy. If someone tells you it is easy, it is never true. It is not easy. The application is not a child's play. So if you don't ask the school before you apply, then you are just doing course 90 work. Because at the end of the day, they will say, no, you are not shortlisted, but you will waste time on the application. So I asked them before I applied, and the school told me to go ahead, and I did.